Most people believe trading is hard. Some say it's gambling. Some say the system is stacked against you. And many quietly fear that success is for other people, not them. But here's a truth that rarely gets spoken clearly. Millions of people have learned to trade successfully, not because they are smarter, not because they are lucky, but because they learned to rise above their reactions. Welcome to Rise and Prosper with Jay Lakhani. In this lesson, we explore a powerful idea. Trading mastery is not struggle, it is alignment. Trading does not need to be stressful. In fact, at its highest level, it becomes calm, structured, almost effortless. If you have ever felt your ambition was in conflict with your inner peace, this episode is your permission slip to pursue both, because success is shaped first by what you believe is possible. As a former trading educator, most questions I receive was not about strategy. They are about trader psychology, discipline, FOMO, self-sabotage, taking profits too early, entering too early, panicking at small losses. Trading is often described as 10% system and 90% psychology, yet only a small percentage of traders become consistently profitable. You see this reflected everywhere: broker statistics, failure of prop firm challenges, repeated reset cycles. This does not mean success is impossible. It means performance requires emotional regulation. When you work on mindset, possibility expands. The key to success is the nervous system being regulated. Many traders believe they have a strategy problem. In reality, they are facing a nervous system problem. Trading is one of the few professions where survival instincts directly conflict with logic. When the nervous system is dysregulated, the reactive brain takes over. It is not thinking about the process or the chart structure. It is trying to remove perceived threat, the risk of loss. So remember, what you focus on expands. Simple. Let me repeat it again. What you focus on expands. Understanding this changes everything. Here's how to navigate it. 1. The size to serenity ratio. Trading too large on losers and too small on winners is a classic expression of loss aversion. Many traders have oversized loser. You hold or add because closing makes the loss real. And when traders look at their history, they find that they have undersized winner. You exit early to protect the relief of being right. The shift. Trade at a size where a loss feels like a paper cut, not a predator attack. If your heart rate spikes when you click buy, the position size is too large for your current capacity. Consistency in size builds emotional stability. Increase size only when you have a profit buffer and a true A+ setup. 2. Hesitation and doubt. Overanalysis creates paralysis of the mind. Often many traders simply do not keep it simple. Clarity reduces hesitation. A simple framework can outperform a complicated one. Focus on clear A and V-shaped structure, 1, 2, 3 setup. Focus on the structure of higher time frame, and then use lower time frame for execution. This enables one to avoid sideways conditions. Take trades that realistically offer strong reward potential. Structure first, precision second. Strong foundations allow tighter stops and asymmetric reward potential. This is where high reward trades become possible. Are you finding this podcast useful? Okay, let me pause for a moment. If this is resonating, not just intellectually, but personally, I invite you to do something small. Like the video, leave a comment with your biggest trading challenge. You see, when you engage, you are not only supporting the channel, you help this message reach traders who may need it today. Okay, let's move on. Let's go deeper into the discussion. Key to success is having a calm and relaxed mind. Often traders go deep into stress, anxiety, depression, and then medication. This need not be the case. This would happen simply because they are not following the trading system. In more than 2 decades of teaching trading, I have seen both success and struggle. Some traders experience stress, anxiety, even depression. This conversation must be approached with compassion. Struggle does not mean failure. It means support is needed. I have faced significant challenges myself. Large financial losses, for example. In October 1987, I lost 30,000 pounds in just one day. That was a lot of money in those days. One could buy a nice 4-bedroom house. I had personal upheaval, single parenthood, periods of uncertainty, and much more. What mattered was not avoiding difficulty. It was learning to rise above it, not by denying stress, but by strengthening the self. And when you strengthen the self, nothing outside of you can affect you. Despite so many hardships, never once I had to resort to medications. I am not saying that medication is wrong. Don't misunderstand me. What I am saying is work on the self. There are times when medication can help stabilize acute anxiety. There is no stigma in support. Two things to keep in mind. Adjustment period. Brain fog or lethargy may occur initially. Trade gently during this phase. Emotional blunting. Rely more on checklists and structure rather than intuition while stabilizing. Support tools lower the noise so you can rebuild consistency. Immediate action plan. Paralysis freeze. Step away for 15 minutes. Do not force analysis. Oversizing. Fight hard cap daily loss. Use platform risk controls if available. Low confidence. Shut down. Trade demo or micro size for 10 executions to rebuild trust. Small wins rebuild identity. Before we move to the final conclusion, I want to share ways you can continue this work if you feel ready. This is not about hype, it is about structured transformation, because change happens through repetition, immersion, and guidance. Let's share how we can work together with Genius courses. These are focused on working on the self. 1. High vibration weekly lesson. The cost is £9 per month. Short weekly recalibrations designed to reinforce identity and emotional alignment. Each audio lesson is shaped by your questions, making the learning responsive and practical. 2. Inner Mastery Outer Success Course, £99, a one-off cost. A deeper framework for subconscious reprogramming and emotional discipline. Includes complete step-by-step ebook, 1-hour audio lesson focused on inner mastery, complimentary 30-minute consultation. 3. Monthly Trader Psychology Program, £99 month, designed specifically for traders. Focus areas: discipline, emotional regulation, building the identity of a consistently profitable trader, and regular one-to-one online meeting. All links are available on the website, genius.com, and in the YouTube description. If you feel ready, I look forward to guiding you. Okay, so let us move to the final conclusion. Rules of engagement. When the nervous system is unstable, simplify. 1. The breath work. Before any trade, box breathing 4 breath in, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. Repeat the cycle. 2. Mechanical confirmation. Define 3 non-negotiable criteria from your trading plan. Do you know what they are? If one is missing, no trade. 3. One-and-done structure. Trade only during planned windows. So for me, I often trade when there is expected movement and large volume. For example, Asia close and Europe open, high impact news, or the Dow open. Rest of the time, I am on my break. No need to be stuck in front of the charts all the time. Quality time and not quantity. Avoid emotional overexposure. 4. Have a life outside trading. Trading cannot be your entire identity. When your emotional world depends only on charts, every win feels like relief and every loss feels personal. A full life creates psychological distance, which leads to clearer decisions and more stable performance. 5. Develop hobbies. Hobbies train patience, presence, and enjoyment without outcome pressure. They remind your nervous system that progress can be slow and still meaningful. This balance reduces urgency, one of the biggest drivers of impulsive trading. 6. Allow lightness. Humor, comedy, recovery. Performance improves when the nervous system experiences recovery. Laughter, rest, and moments of lightness are not distractions. They are regulation tools. A relaxed mind processes information better and reacts less emotionally. 7. Give back. Charity expands perspective. Helping others shifts attention away from internal pressure and scarcity thinking. It builds gratitude, emotional resilience, and perspective. Traders who give back often experience less fear because their identity becomes larger than results. 8. Daily regulation practices. Practices like yoga, breathwork, meditation, or mantra calm the physiological stress response that drives trading mistakes. Consistency matters more than duration. A regulated body creates a regulated trader. And lastly, 9. Visualization only works when the body is calm. Visualization is powerful, but only when the nervous system feels safe. If the body is stressed, the brain interprets visualization as pressure rather than possibility. State first, then technique becomes effective. So what are your thoughts on the above 9 points? Do you think that you can take on board this powerful wisdom? Before I end, remember that trading is a marathon. If you are struggling right now, it does not mean you are broken. It means you are healing a stress fracture in your psychology. Slow is not failure. Slow is precision. So long as you are moving forward in the direction of your trading plan, and when you do that, success is guaranteed. I hope this lesson supports you in moving forward with clarity, stability, and belief. Wishing you an abundant life. And if you have truly resonated with this, then don't forget to like, comment, and share. Also, if you need more in-depth guidance, feel free to visit our website. Best wishes from Jay Lakhani. God bless.
Hello. Welcome to Rise and Prosper with Jay Lakhani. And in this podcast, we discuss the power of patience, discipline, and ruthless selectivity in trading. Introduction, setting the tone. Let me ask you something before we begin. How many times have you taken a trade not because your setup was perfect, but because you were afraid of missing out? The chart was moving, Twitter was buzzing, your screen was flashing green candles, and suddenly, logic disappeared. You clicked buy or sell, not because the trade was great, but because you didn't want to be left behind. If that sounds familiar, you're not broken, you're human. But today, I want to talk about why the most successful traders are not the most active ones, and why discipline, patience, and ruthless selectivity are the real edge in financial markets. This is not a story about secret indicators or magical strategies. This is a story about waiting, saying no, and only acting when the odds are truly in your favor. And I want to share a real-life trading experience that perfectly illustrates this. The story of Deepa, a turning point. Deepa was a trader who was consistently losing money. She was intelligent, she understood technical analysis, she had a strategy, but she was overtrading. She was taking impulsive trades, chasing moves, entering late, forcing setups, and she openly admitted that many of her trades were, in her own words, dumb trades. Her win rate? 17%. Now here's the important part. Her problem wasn't knowledge. It wasn't lack of tools. It wasn't even psychology in the way most people talk about it. It was lack of discipline and selectivity. So instead of telling her to change strategies or add indicators, I asked her to do something very simple but uncomfortable. The exercise that changed everything. I told her, for the next step, stop trading for a moment. Go back and study yourself. She reviewed one full month of her trade journal, every single trade. She did 3 things: identified and labeled dumb trades, rated each setup before entry using a simple scale, a plus A, B, C. Asked herself honestly, if I were calm and disciplined, would I really take this trade? That month, she had taken 147 trades. Only 17% were winners. But when she filtered the data, something shocking happened. The data doesn't lie. After reviewing her journal, it became painfully clear. Most of her losses came from low-quality trades, B and C setups taken out of FOMO, boredom, revenge trading, the need to do something. So she made one decision. She eliminated everything that wasn't an A+ or A setup. Out of 147 trades, only 29 qualified. Now listen to this carefully. On those 29 trades, win rate 77%, average risk-reward 3R, same trader, same market, same strategy. The only difference? Discipline. The rule: no signal, no trade. From that point forward, Deepa created one non-negotiable rule. Before I pull the trigger, the setup must be A+ or A. If the answer wasn't a clear yes, she did nothing. No signal, no trade. Later, she said something that every trader needs to hear. I didn't become profitable by trading more. I became profitable by trading less. She used to take 100+ trades a month. Now she waited patiently, sometimes may not take a trade in a session. If no signal, because she waited for the right setup, and that patience paid her. So today Deepa has her own trading equity of over £25,000 and having prop trading account of $250,000. From the payouts, she is now investing 25% into her own trading account and then also planning to buy other challenges to diversify. Her goal is $1 million by the end of the year. Yes, it is possible, so long as she continues with the discipline of A+ trades. Discipline versus FOMO, the real battle. Let's be honest. Most traders don't lose money because their strategy doesn't work. They lose money because they can't wait. FOMO is one of the most expensive emotions in trading. The market will always be there. Opportunities are endless. But your capital, focus, and emotional energy are not. Every low-quality trade drains you. Every forced entry erodes confidence. Every impulsive click trains bad habits. Discipline is not about being restrictive. Discipline is about protecting your edge. Ruthless selectivity, a lesson from greatness. And this idea isn't unique to trading. Let's talk about public figures who mastered patience and discipline. Warren Buffett. Buffett famously said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." So you do not have to trade every day. You don't chase hype. You wait. Sometimes the wait can be long, but must be a perfect opportunity. Whilst waiting, you do not need to be sitting at your screens all the time. Use technology, use alerts courts. So your power is not prediction, it's selectivity. Now let me give you another example, Michael Jordan. Jordan didn't take every shot. He waited for the right moment. He trusted preparation and execution. Greatness isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right thing at the right time. I repeat, doing the right thing at the right time. Another person who is very motivating is Cristiano Ronaldo. Behind the talent is extreme discipline, daily routines, nutrition, training, years of consistency. Success isn't flashy, it's repetitive, boring, and disciplined. I repeat, it's repetitive, boring, and disciplined. So let us get back to trading, the harsh truth. Most traders already know which setups are good. They can see it on the chart, they can explain it perfectly, but they still take bad trades anyway. Why? Because they're bored, they want action, they fear missing out, they confuse activity with productivity, but the market doesn't reward activity, it rewards patience. How you can apply this today. Here's your challenge for the next month. Before every trade, rate the setup. If it's not A+ or A, don't trade. Journal honestly. You'll feel uncomfortable at first, you'll feel like you're missing out. But what you're really doing is protecting yourself from yourself. Trading less doesn't mean earning less. It often means earning more. So what are the key takeaways? Let's bring this home. Your edge is not in trading more, it's in trading better. Discipline beats strategy. FOMO is the enemy of profitability. Ruthless selectivity creates consistency. No signal means no trade, period. Remember this, the market will always offer another opportunity, but only disciplined traders are alive to take it. Be patient, be selective, be ruthless with your standards. Because in trading, waiting is not weakness. Waiting is power. I hope that this podcast has been useful and eye-opening, and that you shall take steps to put in practice what you learnt from this. Best wishes and happy trading.
Hello, welcome to Rise and Prosper with Jay Lakhani. In this lesson, I will talk about this quantum manifestation practice will reset your nervous system. Most people think manifestation is about repeating affirmations, visualizing harder, or trying to convince the mind that something is possible. But here's the truth almost no one talks about. Manifestation doesn't begin in your thoughts. It begins in your nervous system. You can say, "I am abundant," 1,000 times, but if your body is locked in stress, fear, or survival mode, the field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your state. And when your state is chaos, what do you think reality reflects back? More chaos. Your nervous system is the first receiver of reality. Every sound, sensation, and experience is filtered through it. When your body is stuck in fight or flight, perception narrows, energy contracts, and access to new possibilities shuts down. Survival mode is not creative mode. This is why so many people struggle. They visualize, they affirm, they attend workshops, yet nothing changes. Not because the tools are wrong, but because the receiver is jammed. It's like trying to tune into music through static. The signal is there, but your system can't lock onto it. Until the nervous system resets, the same reality keeps replaying. Here's the key most people miss. When your nervous system shifts from survival into alignment, your entire field changes. Breath slows, heart and brain rhythms synchronize. The body moves from defense into openness. And in that expanded state, reality listens differently. The signal you send is no longer distorted by fear. It becomes clear, steady, and powerful. Your biology is constantly broadcasting information. When your system is dysregulated, it sends signals of danger, and reality responds with delay, resistance, and repetition. But when your body feels safe, it gives permission for something new to arrive. This is why manifestation often feels blocked, not because you're doing it wrong, but because your system is still protecting you. Now here's the reframe that changes everything. The tight chest, the racing thoughts, the restless energy. These are not signs of failure. They are invitations to reset. Before any transformation, systems enter instability. In physics, before a state changes, there's a moment of uncertainty. Your nervous system does the same. Right before a breakthrough, it wavers. If you know how to meet that moment, instability becomes the doorway. This is where alignment replaces force. Your nervous system has two main modes: survival and restoration. Most people live almost entirely in survival. Stress hormones flood the body, perception narrows, and energy collapses inward. This state is excellent for emergencies, but it locks you out of creation. Creation requires alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and body are moving together, energy stops scattering and starts organizing. Disorganization produces noise. Alignment produces power. Reality responds to organized signals. If your mind wants abundance but your body signals danger, the louder signal wins, and the louder signal is always the body. That's why you can't think your way into a new reality. You have to feel your way there. And feeling cannot be faked when the nervous system is overwhelmed. Here's the good news: you don't need years of practice to shift this. Simple regulation can change your signal almost immediately. Start with breath, the only system you can control consciously and unconsciously. Slow, rhythmic breathing tells your nervous system you are safe. Safety is the foundation of expansion. Try this. Inhale slowly for 5 counts. Hold gently for 2. Exhale for 7. As you breathe, imagine tension draining out of your body. Within minutes, heart and brain rhythms begin to synchronize. Your field becomes ordered, clear. Broadcast ready. Next comes emotional priming. Your nervous system responds to emotion, not logic. Gratitude, love, and ease are not just feelings, they are signals of safety. When you generate them intentionally, stress chemistry drops and openness returns. Don't just think gratitude, feel it as if something has already arrived. That sensation is what reality translates into form. Then comes stillness. After breath and emotion, sit quietly. No forcing, no visualizing, just presence. This is where old patterns quiet down and new ones take shape. In stillness, the signal locks in. Creation doesn't come from doing more. It comes from being aligned. Now, how do you know when your nervous system is blocking your manifestations? Here are the signs. Constant urgency, feeling like it has to happen now. Obsessing over the how, emotional highs and crashes, chronic body tension, resistance to silence or stillness. These aren't flaws. They're signals. They show you exactly where regulation is needed. The moment you notice them, you're already shifting. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the raw material. When old fear rises, that's not failure. That's the system offering you a choice. In that moment, the brain is most flexible. That's where rewiring happens. Instead of fighting the discomfort, meet it. Pause. Breathe. Signal safety. Say quietly, I am safe. I am open. I am creating from alignment. You're not escaping the chaos, you're transforming it. This is how survival energy becomes creative power. Over time, alignment stops being something you practice and becomes who you are. Your system stabilizes. Your signal clears. Reality responds faster, smoother, with less effort. Not because you're forcing outcomes, but because you've become a clean channel. Manifestation was never about effort. It was about regulation. Your nervous system is not just biology. It's the bridge between you and possibility. And every time you reset it, reality reorganizes around you. So let this be your new understanding. Your nervous system is your portal. Alignment is the key. And once you learn to create from this state, you'll never try to manifest from stress again, because you were never blocked. You were just waiting to align. I hope that this was helpful to you. Blessings from Jay Lakhani for an abundant life.